He was working all focused on his laptop when you knocked on the door asking for his permission to come inside, which you got almost instantly. "Good morning, sir," you said as you came and sat on your seat. You settled yourself and took out the work which you needed to do. "Mrs. Kim, look here." Your eyes widened when you found him this close to you, looking straight in your eyes with his serene eyes. You immediately started thinking if you did something wrong, as he was addressing you as Mrs. Kim, that to an office. Since this marriage is a secret, it was parents of your both who fixed this arranged marriage and decided to keep it secret for our privacy, as if it got revealed that the most eligible bachelor of Korea, Kim Taehyung, the CEO of Kim Industries, got married, then the media and the reporters won't let them stay in peace and running behind to click pictures. So your parents decided to keep it secret for the first year and then it will be revealed. Now it's just 6 months. Tai sat beside you and said, "Give me your hand," he said in his stern voice, which made you nervous and not able to say no. You slowly kept your hand on his and looked at him. He turned your hand to look the back of your hand and asked, "Where is your wedding ring, Mrs. Kim?" You gulped as he noticed you weren't wearing the ring. His eyes were glued on yours for your response, making you grow more nervous and red. "Actually, Tai, I have decided not to wear the ring in public area." "And why? Can I know the reason?" His stern voice and his strong grip on your tiny hands were making you crazy as you took a deep breath and said, "If I wear the ring, then I usually get asked about my relationship status and about if I have a boyfriend or something which I don't like. I don't care what others think of all that, but you are not gonna remove your ring. Am I clear?" He said as you saw he took out the ring from his pocket. "I found it on your dressing table when I was searching for something. This shows that you're already taken and belong to someone else." He immediately nodded as he stood up and went back to his seat, acting as if nothing happened. Wine in mind. Usually he's always working. This monster always get his eagle eye whenever I am talking to a boy or not wearing a ring. But when I am sitting next to him wanting his attention, he always ignores me. His laptop is my biggest rival. Damn it. He got the ring and even made me wear it. You sighed and started your work, but you didn't notice that he chuckled, seeing your pouty, angry face. "I'll go and collect the files from Yeji and other which was given yesterday. I need to check it once before presentation," you said. He nodded as he left from there. At the same time, a new intern entered the cabin with his file. "Sir, here are all the files you needed," Leah said. Tai took the files and started checking it, and then he gave her other files. "And yes, give this file to my secretary. Just keep it on her table." "Sir, can I know who is your secretary?" And she was still saying something when Thai's phone rang, gaining all his attention there. Jimin, he then picked the call and gave the intern the sign that now she can leave from there. She bowed and started leaving from there. You entered the same time when the intern was about to open the door. You passed her a smile and noticed the file which you have to complete today. "This file, Leah?" you asked, to which she replied, "For Sir's secretary." You nodded and said, "Keep it there on my table. I'll take care of it." She nodded and kept the files there and left from there. On the other hand, Mrs. Kim. I can't believe that Thai is my son. He literally behaved like a living stone. I fixed a date for them and he forgot and had dinner with his business partner instead. I made my best friend's daughter got married to him with the promise that he will always keep her happy, but he only cares about his business. I need to take the matter in my hand. Mr. Kim. Don't do anything which he won't like, Mrs. Kim. I'm his mom. He got this stubborn because of me. Just wait and watch. Let's get ready. Time skipped to the office. Mrs. Kim. Finally, talking to my sweet daughter-in-law will work today. They both have a habit of drinking coffee around 11 to stop themselves from being lazy. I already got something for them. She smirked and went near the guard standing near the cabin and told him to follow her. He can't deny as it was Mrs. Kim who was asking, so he went. It's gonna be about 11. Why are you not going to get coffee for Thai and Wyan? I was about to go, ma'am. She then nodded and said, tea for Thai and coffee for Wyan. Go and get it now. First show me and then take the drinks to them. Mrs. Kim was standing on the corner and near the corridor of Thai's cabin as no one dares to come, but she was careful as there was a voice recording system where people asked for permission to come inside. As from the speakers in his cabins, he heard the voice of the bell which needed to be pressed. As his cabin is soundproof to avoid any distraction and the gossips done by his employee. Time skip after 15 minutes. The guards came with 3 cups of coffee and 1 tea. As Jimin and Havasa also work here, so they also have these during same time, and the tables were nearest to Thai's cabin and probably the only ones who can talk to Thai without being nervous as they are his friends. Mrs. Kim checked the cup and then took the tray in her hand. Asked the guard to bring water for her first so that she can put her secret ingredient in the cup. She did her work and then asked the guard to give everyone their beverage. She knew all the hidden places as it was her office after all. She and Mr. Kim used to work until Thai took over and asked them to rest and take care in their old age. She grew happy and decided to spend some time in garden for a while and went away from there. Time skip after 1 hour. Mrs. Kim came back and this time she wasn't hiding herself and was greeted by everyone. Where is Thai and his secretary? Leah said. Oh, you're talking about our CEO Kim Taehyung and his secretary Jimin? They're inside. What? Jimin? He's inside with Jimin? Mrs. Kim said. When did he change his secretary and does that mean I missed in his deed to have grandchildren and locked him inside the cabin but he's inside with Jimin? No, she yelled at the top of her lungs, making everyone shock and look at her in shock. She quickly rushed to the cabin to open the door. She punches the password of the cabin quickly and opened the door and run inside with Mr. Kim and some of the employees as they were curious what happened. No, if something bad happened, then how will I show my face to Wyan and her parents? She was continuously mumbling that until her eyes fell on you, who was lying on top of him, being all sleepy and cuddly. You both were sleeping on sofa. You were in his arms and he held you tightly. Mrs. Kim took a sigh of relief after seeing that, but she heard a lot of gas sound from behind from the employee. Because a lot of commotion, Thai woke up. His head was getting heavy and he found you sleeping on his chest like a baby. Then he got flashback of what happened and how you both ended up like this. Flashback. After drinking the coffee, you started feeling a little weird and your head was getting heavy and heavy. Thai, my head is spinning. Are you listening to me? He got shocked as he immediately came to you. You hugged him for comfort as your head was spinning a lot. He started patting your back to give you comfort. Will I die? Thai I saw in the movie. First their head ache and then all of them die. You said as he immediately embraced you and scolded you for saying all this nonsense. Thai was about to say something when he felt you fell asleep, and soon he also started feeling the same and fell asleep. You both started cuddling. He kisses your forehead multiple times and whispers, "Don't ever say that I'll die. I can't live without my tiny princess roaming around." Flashback end. He stood up, but you were still on his lap, sleeping on his chest. "So you both fell asleep?" Mrs. Kim asked. He nodded but was shocked to see his mom and dad there. "Where is Havasa and Jimin?" she said, being all impatient, and then one of the girls said, "I am here only, but Jimin wasn't feeling well, so he went to the doctor." "Why, auntie?" she asked in concern. "It would be better if he went to his girlfriend," Mr. Kim said. Mrs. Kim hit him on his leg with her leg to stop him saying anything else, or she would get caught. "Sir, did Wyan—" Before he could hear anything rubbish about you, he held, "She is my wife. Mind your words while talking about her." Everyone was shocked, and then Tai showed his ring and your ring, which was similar, making them nod, and said, "Now leave before I fire you all." "Mind telling what is wrong, Mom? Don't try to lie, as I know something is fishy," he said in stern voice, making her nervously laugh, and said, "I wanted to have grandchildren before I die, but you don't seem to finish my wish. Don't even care." She was trying to hide the matter, but Tai asked, "Not your emotional story, Mom. What blunder you created, I want to know that." "Actually, I mixed in your tea and locked your cabin from outside, which you didn't got to know because you fell asleep. I locked the door so that you won't come out and spend quality time with Ryan, and you might try to escape from here. And the only person you would call in this situation was your best friend Jimin or Havasa, so I mixed sleeping pill in their drink, so even if you call they won't pick. I put little stronger for Havasa and less powerful for Jimin, as he might suffer from headache. You didn't did anything with wine beverage which Havasa drank, so she's fine. My tea was drank by Jimin, and he might and we both drank the one with sleeping pill. It's not my fault that guard created all this mess, despite I told him everything in detail, and that employee Leah, she was all crazy. She said, "Jimin is your secretary," and I got all panicked. That's why I came running and screamed, gaining everyone's attention. He realized something. She is new here, so she might not know, as Ryan was working on new project with KG outside, and today in morning I guess she was asking about the secretary name only when I said Jimin while picking the call, and later Ryan would have simply took the file. I assume she isn't clear about that. He looked at you to see you were still in deep slumber. Havasa left out a laugh and said, "Let's go, auntie, we have to leave couples alone," she said as she tried to save Mrs. Kim, which she successfully did. Time skip after 1 hour. You woke up from your sleep being all lazy and found yourself on his lap, hugging him, making you shock. "How did I? What the?" He cut you off when you felt his lips against yours, making your eyes widen. He didn't let go of you and pulled you for a passionate kiss. "So finally my sleeping beauty woke up. I was trying to work, but your beauty was there distracting me. Why didn't you tell me before that you feel alone? You told this to Mom instead of me." You got shocked as you heard that, and then he whispered something in your ear. "Pack your stuff today itself, because tomorrow We are leaving for our. Your eye widened at his word and your cheeks grew red. You know what today Mom did? You shook your head as no, and then he told you everything. Before I was angry, but now I think it wasn't a bad idea at all. Right, baby? You shook your head as no. Come on, let's not waste Mom's hard work. You immediately pushed him and tried to run away, but the cabin was locked. You tried the password but failed. You soon got pinned to the wall and he whispered,